Once upon a time, in a small village at the foot of the mountains, there were tall mulberry trees that gave cool shade to everyone. In this village, everyone knew each other. In the evenings, doors were left open and neighbors visited one another with warm smiles. One summer day, the weather was very hot, but something felt different in the village. People spoke more softly. Dinner tables were simpler than usual. The children noticed this, but they did not understand why. One day, 12 children gathered in the village square. Ali, Hasan, Hüseyin, Zeynel Abidin, Muhammed, Cafer, Musa, Rıza, Saki, Naki, Asker, and Mehdi. Some were playing games. Some were sitting quietly under the trees. But the most curious of them was the little Jafar. He finally asked, "Why is everyone so quiet these days? And why don't people drink cold water in this hot weather?" Just then, the old grandfather of the village walked through the square. The children quickly gathered around him. The grandfather smiled kindly. "Because there are times in life, my children," he said, "when people slow down and listen to their hearts." The children listened carefully. "These are the days," the grandfather continued, "when people remember patience. They remember good people who went through difficult times, and they try harder not to hurt or upset anyone." Little Hassan told about the simple evening's meals. "But why is the food so plain?" he asked. The grandfather picked up a leaf that had fallen from the mulberry tree. "Because during these days," he said, "people do not think only about themselves. These are days of respect for all living beings. At the tables, there is soup, vegetables, yogurt drink, and tea." When the 10th day arrived, the village became even quieter. The grown-ups spoke less. Some told old stories to one another. Some looked silently at the sky. Others sat deep in thought. The children understood that this silence was important. These were days for remembering difficult times from the past and for understanding one's own heart. That evening, the grandfather called the children close to him. "Sometimes people learn through sadness too," he said gently. "When someone feels thirsty, they understand the value of water. When someone feels alone, they understand the value of friendship." The children never forget these words. After that day, they treat each other more carefully. Musa helped his friends. Ali shared his bread. Riza carried iron to an elderly neighbor. They passed. When the 12th day of Muharram arrived, a large pot was placed in this village square. The children gathered exactly around it. Hassan brought figs, Hussein brought almonds, Ali brought raisins, Jafar brought figs, Zainal brought walnuts. And together, 12 different ingredients were added into the big pot. Different flours mixed together beautifully. The delicious smell spread all across the square. Little Mehdi smiled and said, "They are all different, but together they became something wonderful." The grandfather nodded. "That," he said, "is what Ashura teaches us. People may be different, but when they came together, goodness grows." That evening, bowls of Ashura were shared with neighbors. They were carried to the elderly, and no one who came to the door was turned away. That day, as the 12 children looked up to the stars, they understood the month of Muharram a little better. It was not only about sadness, it about patience, about sharing, about not hurting another living soul. And most importantly, it was about growing the heart with kindness.